Hey everybody, this is TJR. Just want to share some recent music acquisitions here, all of them brand new, and one that we'll do an unboxing on as well. So to get started, I'm going to talk about this release right here, which I have owned for many years on CD and also recently bought a deluxe edition of the album on CD, which I did talk about in a previous video. And this is Grace, the album Grace by Jeff Buckley. And I have been thinking for a while that I would like to get this on vinyl. It's been available, it's pretty easy to get. And I had a credit with Best Buy, whom I don't normally buy records from, but I had a credit with them because I picked up an item when you buy electronics from them or whatever you buy from their store. You earn a certain amount of credits, and I had this credit because I picked up a Magic Keyboard for the iPad so that I could be more mobile in writing when I'm trying to write some of my video essays, that type of thing. So with that credit, I decided to pick up this, and I'll be honest, I'll be curious to see how it holds up to the CD because I think the CD sounds absolutely excellent. And maybe this will sound better. Maybe it'll sound the same. We'll find out, but I will compare them. This is still in the shrink wrap here. It says here, Jeff Buckley's masterful debut is an ambitious song cycle with expansive melodies, richly textured arrangements, and vividly intimate lyrics. Includes original artwork and 180-gram high-quality heavyweight vinyl. And so we'll definitely be checking this out. Let's open it up here real quick here. There we go. Now, if you're not familiar with this album, I oftentimes refer to this album as the greatest album that nobody's ever heard. And I know that a lot of people, of course, probably watching this channel are familiar with this album, and maybe some of you aren't. But by and large, I think most of the general public, they don't know who Jeff Buckley is. They don't know about this album, but they do know his cover of Alleluia, even if they don't know it's him. And let's take a look here. Okay, so yeah, this is in a paper sleeve, but we've got the anti-static interior, which is always really nice and very much appreciated. And there we go. Columbia Records. It looks extremely clean. It's better because it's brand new. Looks very nice. So we're going to be listening to this. I will, of course, digitize it too, like I always do, and I will compare it to the CD. I've been thinking for some time now that I really need to do a video essay on this album. Nothing to do with it being on vinyl or CD, just a video essay on it. And anyways, though, wonderful album if you've never heard it. So next, let's look at what's right here behind this box. I picked this one up at Barnes & Noble's because it was a really good deal. And this is Alabama Shake Sound and Color. I, of course, have been very familiar with this CD. I reviewed it. I bought it on CD back when it came out, and I reviewed this on the Music Worth Buying show with Robert. And this was Alabama Shake's second album. And this was a very critically praised album. I remember Robert, he said to me that compared to the previous album, Boys and Girls, it was as if the Beatles had jumped from Please Please Me to the White Album insofar as, artistic leaps. And I'd say that's a pretty close comparison to that. I was very impressed with it too and thought that they had shown tremendous growth from their second album. These are the original sleeves here. I have already put the actual disc in anti-static sleeves, but of course keeping these because they're nice to look at and they've got lyrics and everything. So here's the thing, though. And I should mention, this is on clear vinyl here. There you go. It's on clear vinyl. Let's see here. I'm sure you can kind of see it through those sleeves, but there you go. Clear vinyl. And when I listened to it on CD, I liked it. But I kept thinking, I have a feeling that I'm going to enjoy this more on vinyl. It's just going to sound maybe a little bit less compressed, maybe a little bit more open, maybe a little bit more real, and I'm going to enjoy it more. And lo and behold, I did. I've already listened to it. I didn't even need to make a back-to-back A to B comparison. I could just feel it as I was listening to it. I thought, yeah, this definitely does sound better on vinyl. So then what happens is that after I buy this, I discover that this album is getting re-released in a deluxe edition. It'll be on swirled colored vinyl, and it will have bonus tracks, because we see when this is a 2-record set, but there's only music on sides 1, 2, and 3. Side 4 is blank. And that's because they couldn't fit it all on 2 sides without lowering the audio quality. So while this was a good deal, there's going to be a re-release coming out that will have the side 4 with some bonus tracks. And after I found that out, like just days after buying this, I was like, oh well, what can you do? You can't have everything, you know? I'm kind of hoping that this, when the deluxe edition comes out, that it will be available on streaming and I can listen to the bonus tracks that way, but I'm not going to rebuy it. So this brings us to the last item here, which we're going to unbox here. And there's a reason I've gone in this order, because this ties in with my last purchase. Let's pull this out here. I'm looking at this for the first time here. There we go. And this was released a while ago, but this is Alabama Shake's first album, Boys and Girls. And it says here, platinum anniversary reissue of the classic 2012 debut, limited edition multicolored vinyl. And it's also, the cover is black, whereas on the CD, the original release, the cover was white. I'm guessing this came out on vinyl at the same time that it came out on CD back when it was first released, back in 2012. But back then, I believe the cover, of course, was matching the CD, and that it was white. Okay, we've got this opened here. Let's pull this out here, take a look at it here. And what's this? We got a little card here. Okay, this is a download card. Doesn't mention that in the packaging, but that's always good when that's being done. And here, of course, is the sleeve here with lyrics, photos. If I'm not mistaken, I have to look at my CD copy. I believe originally these photos were in black and white and not in color. Okay. But this was their first album. It was very critically acclaimed, and they were the little band that could. They were the little band that came out of nowhere and got nominated for Best New Artist at the Grammy Awards for this album here. Let's yank this out here. Take a look at it here. It's given me some difficulty. Let's see here if we can get this to come out without grabbing the edges. Okay, every once in a while we have a record that just doesn't want to come out of its sleeve the first time. So we have the record doctor here that we can use. And I've reviewed this product on a previous video. I think it's great. But we can use this just to pull it out. There we go. Woo! Yeah, take a look at that. Very nice. Swirled colored vinyl. Very nice. Once again, I enjoyed this one on CD too, but I've kind of had the same feeling as I've listened to it, that I'm probably going to like it better on vinyl. And that proved true with Sound and Vision, their second album. I have a feeling it will prove true with this, but we'll see. We'll find out, of course. But I feel pretty strongly about that. We'll find out. Let's see here. Put that back in. And let's just take a look at this cover here. It appears to be textured, but let's just see here. It looks textured, but no. I thought maybe it would feel textured, but it just looks textured. It's smooth. It's a completely smooth surface. Anyways, just curious. But we'll check this out and see what we think. Okay, it's been a week. And so first of all, my memory was wrong about Boys and Girls. Actually, the photos were in color on the CD version. And so just wanted to make a quick correction there. As far as listening and comparing, my initial instincts were right. Both of these, I think, sound better on vinyl than the CDs, but the CDs definitely sounded better than I remembered them. And so, you know, if you have the CDs of this, you're fine, I think, really. But these do sound really good. And yeah, they definitely sound better in my opinion. So my initial instincts on this were right when I first heard it. Now with Grace by Jeff Buckley, it's a little bit harder of a call, to be honest. First of all, I compared this to my original CD version and the new deluxe remastered CD version. And I'm going to guess that the mastering that they took this off of was the same one that they did the original CD from, because these two sounded more alike. Now, as far as comparing it to the new remastered one, which is where I did the majority of my comparisons, there were pros and cons. For instance, with track 2, Grace, it opens up with this guitar arpeggio, and then there's the bum where the whole band hits, you know. During that moment, there was much more impact on the vinyl version, especially when I listened with noise-canceling headphones. Definitely more impact there. So definitely more dynamic range on this LP version. On the CD, there were definitely more enhanced highs. That happens sometimes with CDs where the highs are higher. This can sometimes be good, but sometimes it can be bad because sometimes those highs can be kind of harsh and brittle sounding. Your mileage may vary. But while I heard differences, the differences were very, very minor. If you don't have this album yet and you like vinyl, then go ahead and get it on vinyl. You're going to be happy. If you already have it on CD and you're thinking about getting it on vinyl, you may be fine with just your CD. You may find that you're just fine with it. It just depends on how strongly you feel about this album. I don't regret getting this on vinyl. I love this album. It's one of the greatest albums ever. And I really may not have needed it, but I'm glad I got it anyways because I just love this album so much. Once again, the difference, and the reason I'm saying this is because the differences, while they're there, they're very small. They're very minute. And it's maybe a little bit better, but the CD is just fine. The CD sounds awesome. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's kind of some pros and cons to both. There are times when the highs feel more enhanced on the CD, where that's an improvement. But then there are other times where the dynamic range that is obvious on this is an improvement. You know, when like that moment where like I said on the second track where there's that guitar arpeggio and then bam, you know, like that, and you hear the instruments fade, and it just has a lot more impact there on that one. So kind of, you know, like I said, just a small difference. Very glad I got this though. And like I said, you have to decide for yourself based on how you feel about the album. Most people who've heard this album though are just crazy about it. And like I said, this is the greatest album that no one's ever heard or that most people haven't heard. And I will probably talk about this album, like do a video essay on it at some point. So there you go. That's my follow-up. And if you like what I do here and you want to show some support, please consider becoming a patron supporter. Go to patreon.com/TJR the original and make a monthly donation. If you can't do that, that's fine. Click like. That helps a lot. Share the videos with anyone you think might be interested. And also, click subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a video. Let me know what you think. If you've ever heard these albums, whether you've heard them on CD, vinyl, or both, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think of them. And thank you so much for stopping by. I'll look forward to seeing you again, and I'll look forward to reading your comments. Take care. Bye-bye.